It's one of my favorite things to listen to. I listen to it every Saturday as well. It's just Reddit stories. They're some of the most unhinged things, and there have been so many moments that I've been like, Meg would love this, and also like her community would love this. Just these stories, because they're so unhinged and crazy, especially if they have updates. So I have a collection of stories. If you watch Smosh Pit, you've probably heard most, if not all of these, but these are some of my personal favorites. And I picked one wholesome one, like, or it's not necessarily wholesome, but like one like lighthearted, like goofier one. And then we've got one slightly unhinged one, and then one super unhinged one. So first, we're gonna get started.
I feel a little bit like my ADHD not rejection, but like I feel like I didn't come prepared.
You don't have to be. All you have to do is just react to what I'm reading.
I forgot my textbook.
Just
something.
No, you're just reacting to what I'm reading you.
Okay, but you're not in focus.
So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna read the title, and where it's from.
Okay. And
then I'm gonna read the story. So this is from Our True Off My Chest.
Oh. Okay.
And this is a very wholesome one. This one's sweet. So I think this one's gonna and it fits the vibe of the stream as well. So
okay.
Title is I Am Secretly My Boyfriend's Live Stream Viewers. ...
That's so sweet. I was talking about that.
Yeah.
It's me. Or no, it's Caleb. You all are different accounts of Caleb. He just has it ready to go.
But there were times when it was like me and the kid I was babysitting.
I had a separate Twitch account that I would like put up on my phone or my iPad or something.
Yeah.
So I'd at least have one.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Anyways. That's cute. So, my boyfriend has just started streaming, and he seems pretty excited about it. He didn't buy a whole setup yet, but live streams whenever he's on. I streamed briefly, and I know how hard it is to get viewers. I open multiple private browsers on my personal laptop, work laptop and phone. This way, I can have his stream going, and it counts as multiple viewers. When he saw 4, he was stoked. It's only 4 viewers, but he was so happy. There's very little in this world right now that can cause that genuine happiness and expression. I sit on the other side of the couch with the volume down on all devices and just pretend I'm doing schoolwork.
But do they ever interact in the chat? Because he just doesn't care. It just gives him the confidence.
Yeah, it just gives him the confidence.
Yeah.
And before I get to the edit, here are some comments.
Okay.
Final words on your deathbed to your boyfriend/future husband. I was all 4 of your live stream viewers.
Oh no, that would kind of my Shayla. That would kind of break my heart, but also it's really sweet.
Here's one comment. In one hand, it's sweet and very supportive. On the other hand, I always wonder what their reaction would be if they found out. There's no harm in doing so, but depending on the expectations, it would be akin to pulling back the curtains if it was revealed that all 4 viewers was just his girlfriend he was trying to interact with.
It might have like a little bit of a sensitive moment, but I feel like if you know what matters in life, it's like, oh my god, my partner cares so much.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
And she responded to that one. OP did. He doesn't have a mic or cam at the moment. He doesn't interact with his viewers yet.
Oh.
Surely if he did, that might make my efforts come to an end.
Okay, I see. I think that's really sweet.
It's really sweet. And then here's an edit. Wow, I appreciate the kind comments. I haven't shared his link because the purpose of this post was to get something off my chest and not farm subs. I believe he is capable of it on his own. It's just to keep him motivated, and I have already shared with friends and family. I also don't want him to find out. He plays Warzone and Vanguard, so perhaps you'll come across his stream in the future. He streams on Twitch. I give him 4 viewers, not 1,000.
Yeah,
it's something
seriously.
I've literally done for the past 2 weeks. Do not tell me I've copied and pasted. I have no reason. Also, thank you for the awards. I'm fairly new to Reddit, and I enjoy this community.
I love the people giving awards because that's like, I think that's very good partner behavior. Is it his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so
cute. It was really sweet. I'm looking. I don't think there are any other updates, but it's just really sweet. There are some other comments.
That's
I do this for
wholesome.
my man too. I've been doing it for a few months now, and slowly his following is growing. I got so excited when his real viewers that I almost blew my cover.
Because it's like the difference between 1 or 2, it was huge. Caleb still has screenshots of when I got like 7.
Yeah.
And then when it went to 17, do you remember?
Yes.
When it was 17 people.
I remember when it was 12. I was like so excited. I have so many screenshots
because we were like
on my
what?
phone of like every it was like several days in a row of just like screenshots of her viewers.
So be honest,
like
did
growing
you do that
one or
for
two
me?
at a time. No, I didn't do.
I don't think you. Yeah.
No, I didn't even.
Because Caleb was working a lot.
Yeah, that's the wholesome one. That one's really sweet.
Cute. I like that one.
Now we're gonna get a little bit more unhinged.
And now you're at 100,000 subs to YouTube. I know.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Hey, Hager, by the way.
Okay. So this one is from Our Confession. I stole from a museum as a child, and I don't mean from the gift shop. I'm gonna read that again. I stole from a museum as a child, and I don't mean from the gift shop.
But how did they manage that?
We'll get into the story.
Okay.
When I was a child,
I just imagine like a big pot or like a big sculpture, and like how is a child just? That is like that person needs to be in a spy operation. What?
They got away with it.
A dino
It's
boat.
kind of incredible.
The Declaration of Independence.
They pulled their own National Treasure 4 or whatever. When I was a child, around 7 or 8, I went on a school trip to a museum that had an ancient Egypt exhibit running. The museum staff allowed the class to look at some old relics, passing them around in a circle. I remember looking at this little greeny blue colored figurine of a goddess with a hippo head. I really liked it.
Oh,
so
no.
without a second thought, I put it in my pocket and took it home with me.
Oh my god.
I sat at home playing with it, not really understanding the gravity of what I had done.
That's like a goddess idol totem. Like, what the fuck?
Then we had a big assembly at school. The museum were looking for this figurine, as it was not a replica, but an actual ancient Egyptian artifact. I remember playing scenarios in my head of how I could give it back without getting caught, but I couldn't see a way out of it.
Yeah.
The museum became angrier. The assemblies grew more pressing. Letters went home to all parents.
Oh my god.
Parents were called in of naughty children who could have possibly done it. Finally, everyone calmed down. They realized they weren't getting it back. I got away with it. The problem is, I'm now 31 and I still have the figurine. I couldn't throw it away. It's thousands of years old. I couldn't give it back. I would have been in unbelievable trouble.
Bring it back to Egypt.
Yeah, bring it back to Egypt. If I gave it back now, it would look strange that it's turned up after all this time in the same town by someone who went to the same school. I've never told anyone about this figurine. No one else has ever seen it. I have no idea what I'll ever do with it, but that's my confession.
Couldn't it be,
Museum
like,
thief
dropped
of an
off?
ancient artifact at 7 years old.
Yeah, and I love that because it really wasn't naughty. It was just, I like this. And then it just grew into this huge thing and became a snowball of chaos and disaster and guilt. I wonder if it's like a Catholic school too or so. Because if that happened in my Catholic school, there would be so much guilt and they would do like a whole investigation. But I know that they were 7 or 8, but like, couldn't you just put the thing somewhere like stealthily?
I think it's stupid to give an ancient artifact to a circle of 7 or 8 year olds.
Yeah, like you're projecting. Like, why? How dare the museum be angry?
I think it's like that's an L on the museum's part that they just need to take because they should have known better than to hand an ancient artifact with a hippo head to
I know, it's like,
a bunch of
and
children.
Did he say it was green?
Yeah, he said it was like a greeny blue ancient goddess with a hippo head.
That is so tempting. And they weren't watching?
I guess not.
Oh my god.
There are some comments.
Okay.
I want this to be a movie where the figure has the spirit of an ancient pharaoh that possesses the one who took it, and they have to share a body.
Yes.
Every now and then, the pharaoh gets control of the body and has to adapt to modern society.
Yes! I would love that. Wait, that's such a good idea. Or it's like Jumanji, but with both of them, or it's like split personalities, like United States of Tara.
Yeah.
Which is like the
but
god.
it's a pharaoh.
A pharaoh. Was
It's
it
like
a woman? Do you know which one it was?
I have no idea.
Okay.
How wouldn't they notice that they didn't get it back after passing it around? I feel like they wouldn't let you leave until they found it.
Yeah.
And then OP says, you would think so, wouldn't you? But obviously someone wasn't paying enough attention to what came back. They had contacted by the school by the next morning, though. That's the thing. Like,
it's their fault.
Don't. Yes.
As a babysitter, as someone who has worked with kids professionally, full time, that's their fault.
Exactly.
They have no control. And then now he's an adult, and I just think what do you do now? What the hell? If I were him, I would go to Egypt and use it as an excuse to go to Egypt and put it back in the home country.
Yes, and then you're like a hero. You're like, hey, I returned this thing, and then you can't come back because then the government's gonna be looking for you, probably because then they're like, wait, we got this ancient artifact back, and then the museum's gonna be like
museum or like a national museum.
Probably a lot of them have like it's also illegal to steal.
But he was a kid.
I guess like maybe some statute of limitations, like you can't go after the 7-year-old. But I don't. It
would be that big of a deal. I guess it is. I mean,
so. Let me see if
so
there's.
interesting.
I want to see if there are any.
It's too awkward.
Yeah, I don't see any other updates.
Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog episode with the slab. Yes, the Mummy, and then also I think of Jumanji. I get really. I don't know. I think with my Catholic school, I just grew up with a lot of guilt and nervousness about demons and artifacts and stuff.
I found the name of the god.
What?
Taweret.
Oh, that's what Gabriella said. Not to wear it. To wear it. Because one of the comments says, was it to wear it? Do you understand the gravity of its history at the time? Yeah.
After Googling it, yes, this is what it looks like. I can't recall really understanding the gravity of it at the time. Obviously, as an adult, I do.
How do you expect a 7-year-old to understand that?
Someone says, send it to a museum in Egypt. You'll be completely flipping the narrative of what you did and turning yourself into a champion of justice.
That's what we said.
And then, someone said, but that can mean the artifact loses its backstory. Original museum might still have the info where it was found. It's just a very unique situation. That's I feel like too hilarious and weird to make up.
I feel like I would have done that because if it was a genuinely naughty kid, they would have like sold it on eBay or like told their friends or just been like joking around. And the fact that it has just eaten away at him for decades now.
That's a decent person.
Yeah.
Someone said, unless you're in Egypt, the museum stole it too. Sleep soundly, young museum.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, not sorry. Exactly, Shovel. I don't know. And let kids hold them.
It's just a bad idea. Just a bad idea.
That's on them. That is on them. Do not blame the child.
No.
That was a good one. Oh my gosh. That would just... he's probably lost years off his life thinking about it.
Probably.
At night. Just like not unable to sleep.
I probably wouldn't feel bad, honestly, as a kid.
No, I know you wouldn't because you're like a slimy little copperhead.
No, because I would have been like, the museum didn't deserve this.
Yeah, you don't care. Like the justice. Imagine growing up with Polish Catholic. You can't lie. You can't. Like it was crazy the amount of guilt, and God is always watching. But I know you wouldn't care.
I had serious authority issues. Like I went to a Christian school and we had this really fancy dinner one time, and one of the teachers didn't like the way that I was cutting my steak, and she came over to me and like reprimanded me for it. And I looked her right in the eye, and I took my fork, I stabbed it in the steak, and I picked it up and just went right in her face.
He doesn't, and no, I can't. If he travels, he doesn't know how to act in like a nicer restaurant. Like I've had to try to tell you, but he just doesn't care. Yeah. Even like culturally and just being polite, he does not give a shit.
Well, I'm only rude to authority figures. It's like.
Yeah, no. Like for sure. You're not mean to service workers ever.
Rich people, and yeah.
Oh, that would be a hilarious story that you could write on there about how you stole back the car that you said the towing company stole.
Oh, I did.
I was like,
this isn't a Reddit story. This was so stupid. I was just so mad. Because this was the day that I renewed the insurance and registration on our car, and I left to go get some groceries, and that day I got pulled over without my registration and my insurance. And I tried to tell the guy, like, no, I have insurance today. And he just, like, wasn't giving me the time of day. He was like, okay, we were literally a block away from our house, too. I was coming back home. And so
in the neighborhood,
he was like, no, we're going to tow your car and you're going to have to get it back that way. So, like, I was just really pissed. I took, like, the dog's car seat is like a big bag. So I, like, took all the groceries and everything that I had in the back seat and, like, wrapped it up in a bag. And like threw it over my shoulder like a hiker.
No, but Caleb, you told me that the whole time that he was doing all like you were waiting for the towing company, you were like, what you do is so useless. Do you feel good about yourself? You don't do anything. And he was just like, what? The audacity to say that to a cop who has guns holstered.
If I looked different,
yes.
I know for a fact that if I look different and if I were not a freckly white boy, then I would have a very different situation.
Yes.
But I was in a very bad mood that day. It was ridiculous.
But weren't you just taunting him? Like,
it was more just like you're not like, you think you're smart, like you're not really thinking, sassy. You're not listening to me. Like, I told you I got it today. Like, can't you like go actually, you know, the things you hear in body cams all the time, like, can't you go arrest somebody doing an actual crime or whatever? But
okay,
it was ridiculous. But anyway, I found out where my car was towed to, I took an Uber to...
I thought you walked.
No, I did walk. Yes, I did walk. I walked really far. I walked like 4 miles. I walked like 4 miles to the tow place, and the gate was just wide open. And so I just walked in, and I had my keys with me because we had 2 sets of keys, and they left my other keys in the car. And so I just took the car and drove off. No,
I thought that it wasn't wide open. I thought you said that you pushed it, and it was like...
No, the gate was wide open. It was wide open.
And then, then explain what happened after that.
Because
I was like, Caleb... What did you just do? You were just like, I just took it back.
I called Megan, and I was just like, I just took the car back. She's like, Caleb, you're gonna get arrested. That's illegal. That's like theft of something. And
this
I was
is
like,
recorded that it was towed by an officer.
Yeah, and it's like a legal process you have to follow. But I was too caught in my justice mentality to think rationally. And so and then I got a text from the owner of the tow company. That was because they have my phone number, because they have my license, like the plate and everything, because of course they have pictures and everything. So he got my phone number, texted me. He was like, you can return the car and come and pay the fee, or you can or we will call the cops on you and have you arrested for theft of service. And I was just like, well, shit. And so I drove back, and I walked back. I like waited for the guy to drive up, and he just got out of his truck, and it was just this older guy with like a trucker hat on, and he was just like, now why'd you do that? And I was like, sir, it's nothing against you. I mean, I hate towing companies. I did say, I was like, I hate towing companies. I hate what you do. I hate everything you guys stand for, but it was just a bad decision. He was like, oh, that's okay. And he like came in, and I paid the fee and just left.
Whatever, because he actually is very good with people. He's not a mean person, except if it's authority figures like cops or
if it's somebody that I believe that they stand for something that is truly oppressive or whatever.
Or they're just living in the oppressive society.
My kindness and patience is unlimited until I run into people who can't admit when they're wrong, or people that enable systems that cause people harm.
Yeah.
And then I will treat them like shit. Like, literally, I will. Is it a problem? Probably, but.
And you also didn't you get you somehow weaseled your way out of a further fine or something with the court, like. Wasn't the judge trying to, or the cop tried to get you on like a bunch of different charges?
No, the judge was just funny, because he was like, did you actually buy your insurance that day, or is that a convenient trick? And I was just like, no, I actually bought the insurance that day, I promise. Because he's probably heard that a million times, like somebody like goes and buys it after they get the ticket.
We'll never know for sure. I haven't checked for sure.
It was hilarious. Anyway, I've got a truly unhinged final story for you guys.
Hey, Couscous.
Hi, Couscous. Anyway, thanks for listening to the non-Reddit story of our life.
If you like it, he'll come back.
Yeah. Okay, the title of this one. My husband, 42 male, I'm 42 female, has informed me that he intends to go on a gaycation with his brother-in-law, 35 male, in Ibiza. How do I handle this?
Incest?
They're not married yet.
The brother-in-law.
They're going on a gaycation together. He's just going on the gaycation with his brother-in-law. Well,
anyone else? With his brother-in-law. So
all
her brother? No, her brother-in-law.
Okay, so this is the woman, okay?
Yeah.
Me, 42 female. Pretend that I am a 42-year-old woman.
Okay.
My husband has informed me that he intends to go on a gaycation with his brother-in-law, my brother, who's 35, in Ibiza. How do I handle this?
Okay, you need to give me more context, because right now all I know, that's still, even though they're not married yet, that's still giving incest.
Yeah, it's truly unhinged.
Okay.
I will dive into the details in mere moments.
Sad, yes.
Hi there. I really wish I didn't have to make this post. But
I love the way that they introduce like the most unhinged shit, because it's so real. That's how you know when it's real. When it's like, hello. Oh my gosh, so sorry to be taking your time. Okay.
Here goes. So me and my husband have been happily married for about 16 years. We both have stable careers, good family life, and are fairly fortunate despite the cost of living racking the UK right now. Yeah. We have 2 boys, 15 and 10, and up until this Sunday, I thought we had it pretty good. We argue sometimes, of course, but never gotten too bad, and we have a pretty decent sex life with some exploration, but I won't get into that.
Okay, girl. Slay.
Long and short is, on Sunday, just after I dropped our boys off at their friends', my husband asked me if we had the house alone, and more importantly, do I have a minute? I said yes, and he sat me down, then got out this printed poster for some sort of orgy, and started explaining to me the concept of a gaycation. How it's where straight men go to somewhere with sun, sand, and booze, and become gay for the duration of the trip. But that's fine, because it doesn't actually count, because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation.
I just love that he came prepared with a poster board. Like,
yeah.
So he printed everything out for visual help and treated it as like a business proposal.
It's like he put some serious effort into this presentation.
That is type A. I love when a type A does chaos.
So he's been thinking about this for a long time, maybe his whole life.
Yeah.
He says what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation. I was just completely silent and mortified.
Oh, okay.
Even more so when he said he was looking into booking a trip to Ibiza next year with his brother-in-law to experience it for himself.
But that's her brother. So
it's not. No, it's his sister's husband. It's a different brother-in-law.
Oh my god.
So it's his sister's husband. So like,
does she know?
When he finally let me speak, I just said, I need you to be clear with me. Are you gay?
Yeah. It's like, just start with that. Like, what is all these posters and pictures and explanations and definitions? Like, please, like, just what is going on? Are you leaving me?
Because yes, that's okay. Yeah. But we need to figure out what happens moving forward. I didn't let myself get angry or upset. I was just stunned. He swore up and down how he's not gay, and he's 100% attracted to women. And of course he still loves me and our boys. So I said, well, do what you think. Like, do you think you're bi, maybe? Yeah. And he got very defensive.
Oh, he's
saying how I need to drop the accusations and that this is the beauty of the gaycation.
No,
it allows straight men to experience gayness without actually being gay.
You're not straight. You're not straight. That doesn't make any sense.
He said it's like going to an aquarium? And again,
who's the manatee?
Who
is the what? Oh, so he thinks so is he gonna watch? Is he just voyeur?
Again, he was adamant that he doesn't find men's bodies or parts exciting at all, but he needs to experience this apparently. I said, well, I'm not really comfortable because even if you were bi, this would be explicitly cheating on me. And then he got angry and reiterated that he's not, because that's the beauty of the gaycation, in quotes. He keeps saying that. I just had enough and left the room.
That's the beauty of the gaycation. It's like, I feel like you're just here for the zip line. You just repeat the same thing over and over again.
He's clearly, this is all he can think about. Yeah. I ignored him for the rest of the day, but we spoke at tea where I asked him again, why do you want this so bad if you're not gay? He said that he's interested in how gay men's lives differ to straight lives, and that unfortunately, once the gaycation begins, it's simply impossible for a man to resist, and he must, in quotations, surrender himself, mind, body, and soul to the gaycation, or be destroyed.
I really feel like this was what was happening in Rome. Like, I feel like he's tapping into an ancestral thing, because that's what they did. Everyone was gay.
Yeah.
In Greece and in Rome with the bathhouses. And so these motherfuckers are like describing it like that on Reddit. And so he thinks he's saying something that's just this spiritual experience.
Yeah, the term "be destroyed" is like, it's truly like he has built this cult-like mentality around the gaycation. I really can't put into words how surreal it was, because he was speaking so matter-of-factly, and he again insists this is a thing that straight men do all the time, and how he's actually doing it
straight
a bit
man
late.
Rise up.
He's actually getting to it a bit late, apparently.
Oh.
And I just said to him, if you have any love for me, then you can't go ahead with this. And if you do, this marriage will be dead. We didn't speak anymore after that.
It's giving Republican senator.
Possibly. Maybe it's a Republican senator.
How many Republican closeted senators do you think?
Huge. They crash Grindr at the RNC every year.
Yeah.
Since then, he's mentioned no more of it, but somehow, and this is what scares me a lot, that decision genuinely seems to be tearing him up. He didn't go into work on Monday, and he only went in a half day yesterday, because he told them he just felt too ill, and he just looks distraught every time I see him. I really don't think he's fully gay, though I can absolutely believe that he's bi.
Yes.
But I'd rather we talk about it in a healthy way instead of this weird denialism around that's going on a sex holiday to Ibiza.
Could he have been brainwashed? Because if they have like a spicy sex life, and I think by that she means she's done he's done butt stuff probably. That's probably like the context of it. And so I get the feeling she's chill. Like, if he wanted to bring in a third, if she he wanted.
Have a drink of water.
I don't really have much.
Oh, I'm getting a little parched.
Oh, is the gaycation just doing things to you? The idea of it in the aquarium of Ted Cruz's and.
I mean, considering
Marco
I'm
Rubio
already queer, I don't think I need to go on a gaycation. It's apparently only for straight men.
Were you ever told that though? Like, you need to experiment?
Or something? Yeah, I would be told that all. It was a manipulation tactic.
Like, you need to experiment with men.
Yes.
But you have. By your dad?
No, by it was like the men trying to pressure me into it.
No, that's why I think is there like some weird pressuring or brainwashing going on, because, but I don't know, because she seems chill.
There's still more information.
Staycation at home, or bring your wife. Yeah, it feels very sexist. I'm actually just like not about the closeted. That's his thing, but it's like very disrespectful to women. I'm getting,
because it's like treating it's
men are superior.
Yeah, like they like what why don't women get a gaycation? I
could arrange that, and I would.
I think it would be a lot more fun than the
Caleb, you're an honorary. You have big dyke energy. You're a lesbian. This is my lesbian wife, so he could come.
I would love to go to the gaycation. Has anyone known straight guys to do this and come back and just go back to being straight? Like, surely that can't be a thing that happens. I'm so out of my depth here, and I just don't know how to even initiate the conversation.
For
the record,
woman.
I also haven't even mentioned it to his sister yet. I don't know how I'd even break it to her. Thanks for any help. I just don't even know what to think. being able to get this out there has helped even just a little bit. So that's before like any comments or anything. But this
okay.
So
it developed.
It develops. It develops a little bit more. So edit number 1. Wow, this blew up. This has been incredibly sobering, and I think I've now confirmed what I already knew to be the case. The marriage is dead, one way or another.
Yeah, literally, yes.
In a way, I was in denial myself about that.
Yeah.
I have contacted my sister-in-law, and she initially screamed at me, called me a liar, and even insinuated I was trying to steal her husband. She rang me back shortly after, apologized, and admitted that she was just in deep, deep shock. I have asked my parents to look after the boys, and we're going to meet tomorrow to discuss this deeper. I've also texted my husband and told him he will need to make alternative accommodation arrangements, but he will not be sleeping here tonight, and a bag will be waiting for him. Not sure if the mods want to lock this post or not, but I think I've got my answers. Thank you for all the kind words and the dose of reality that I needed. P.S.
Wow, she's epic.
I see a lot of people asking about the aquarium, and at risk of doxing myself, there's a pretty famous aquarium in the UK called The Deep. At the very end, you walk through a tunnel that goes underneath the main fish tank, so it's quite immersive, I suppose. My husband explained the aquarium thing in that it's a bit like that. You go there and you observe the fishes. You can even get a bit up close, but you never actually enter the water. In parentheses, get emotionally invested or become a fish. Gay. So it doesn't really count.
Oh, a gay and a motherfucking gay fish. You
gay
know,
fish.
Kanye West.
It was a very bizarre analogy, and I pointed it out. Still, it makes no sense, and he just got more in a huff in how I just don't get it. And frankly, I still don't.
Oh my god. I am so proud of her. I am so proud of her. What the hell?
I think there's another update.
Okay.
So when I last posted, update. So when I last posted, I'd contacted my husband to tell him he wouldn't be staying at home tonight and a bag would be waiting for him. As you can imagine, we argued quite badly. I won't go into the specific details, but no, I'm 100% on board with the fact at minimum he's bi. Might be gay altogether.
And that's fine.
It's no problem.
Yes.
We've had arguments in the past, but I've genuinely never seen him have such a childish tantrum before. Screaming about how I just don't understand the gaycation. I absolutely despise this phrase now, by the way, and insinuating that I'm actually homophobic because I refuse to allow him to participate in this cultural exchange with the gay community.
Like he's doing the gay community a favor. This 41-year-old man, like he wants to offer his body as for the gay rights of it all. What the fuck?
A lot of you said to ask him if it'd be acceptable if the roles were in reverse, and I did say, would it be acceptable if I went and slept with other guys during that week?
Yeah.
Like fucking clockwork, he was very angry and offended, saying it's completely different because a gaycation means nothing, and what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation, etc., so it doesn't actually count. Whereas I'd be just straight up cheating. What?
No.
Well, I turned it around on him.
Yeah.
No, but you see what happens in Manchester stays in Manchester. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't count. No, it's like bird watching. And I think it got through to him. He went all quiet and then started crying, admitting the thought of me sleeping with another man is destroying his heart, but that relationships need sacrifices. So he agreed, while in tears, that when he goes on the gaycation, I'll get 1 week in Manchester to do whatever I want.
No.
He doesn't want me to, but that's fair in a twisted way, he supposed.
No.
I told him to get out of my house.
What the fuck is going on? This poor woman.
I know it's incredibly petty, but I also drained the joint bank account, so he couldn't try to use it against me. About an hour later, I got rang up by his mom, who just screamed at me about being a cheating WHORE, how I was horrible, what about the kids, etc. When I finally got my composure back, I just said, ask your son about the gaycation.
Yeah! Let's go, mic drop.
Obviously, at first she got angry, but I said, no, just ask him about the gaycation.
That's all I ask.
He'll explain. But she called me a fucking joke and hung up. Later on, I got another phone call from her, crying. She was very apologetic, and I told her she doesn't need to be the one to apologize. She was so upset that she put my father-in-law on the phone, who, while he sounded calm, I could just sort of tell he was on the warpath. Again, very apologetic, and said he overheard that phrase, asking my husband, and my husband initially said, no, it's nothing, before explaining how a gaycation is just a modern thing men do, etc., and gave him the same spiel about what happens on the gaycation, men cannot resist the gaycation, how a man must surrender to the gaycation, etc. My father-in-law just said they told him to leave or they'd call the police. They don't care where he goes, but he wasn't welcome there. My husband tried to call me when I was on the phone, but I just ignored it. And my father-in-law said he was so sorry for me and they have my corner in this. So that's one thing. I told them to be there for their daughter because it sounds like my brother-in-law is involved.
Yeah.
And father-in-law just
source
said
of all of this.
he had to go because he was so angry.
Yeah.
I got a text from my husband after the phone call, which was weirdly rambly, saying about how I'd abused the gaycation to destroy his marriage and his life. And again, insinuated that I and his parents were homophobic for doing such a thing. I told him we'll talk about it when he grows up, and I blocked his number. I took the day off work myself to have the locks changed, and so that's $500 gone, but whatever. At least I know he won't be coming back. I'm going to look into how to proceed with the divorce, and then we'll go from there.
That is crazy, because she literally didn't reach out to anyone but directly the woman who was affected by this, like, to get some more information. Everyone else that she told was reaching out to her and, like, screaming obscenities at her.
Yeah.
So she literally did nothing wrong, but it's, like, absolutely a temper tantrum from a child, because she's offering, like, well, it's like a kid with like, he really wants a chocolate bar, and it's like, oh, well, how about in like 5 minutes you could have a chocolate bar? Like, how about next week maybe we could play around with, you know, having a man or something? No, like, that is so crazy. That is.
There's more.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, of course, there's also the brother-in-law. So I haven't met yet with the sister-in-law. She was in such a state and has taken this far, far worse than I have reasons for. That'll be clear soon.
Yeah, bless this woman being like the only stable source of energy, like just totally stable.
It's insane. I think these are more updates than were there when I last heard this story. So
cool.
We're going to maybe try tomorrow, but we did talk over the phone, and I eavesdropped on the conversation with her husband where she put her phone on speaker and I went on mute.
I love this type of shit.
Her husband got home earlier. She just made him come home, told him there was an emergency, and just said to him, can you please explain what a gaycation is?
Oh my God, I love that. It's like, just ask what a gaycation is. It's like, that's the trigger word. That's the key word.
Gaycation.
It would make a good movie.
Gaycation.
Yeah.
Or like a miniseries.
Yeah.
She told me afterwards that she was praying he'd look confused or just be like, what? Or anything like that.
But she knew the answer already.
But instead, he just sat her down and explained that a gaycation is a new thing where straight men go to gay hotspots and participate in gay acts. But it doesn't count because there's no investment. And because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation. He said it's like writing down angry thoughts
like
and
Fight
putting them
Club?
in a drawer. Basically, it's like
or
Fight
like
Club.
a no, like a person knocking on the door, like, have you heard about Jesus Christ? Like,
Yeah.
I need to tell you about Jesus.
I need to tell you about the
gaycation.
Have you read this pamphlet? Have you read this entire poster board? Gee, Bree, don't worry. Like, there, so many details are repeated that you will, like, you can jump in on the story at any point, and it's ridiculous. Okay. He said it's like writing down angry thoughts and putting them in a drawer. You never have to see them again.
That doesn't involve anyone else. You're just writing it down on a piece of paper. You're not putting your pee-pee on someone else's pee-pee, and your wife is at home.
It's not even remember. It's a different reality. Like the gaycation, apparently. That's what I'm getting.
But
it's
like, in this reality.
It's like entering the Matrix.
This physical world. No. Then go on, like, you could go and do it on the internet. Like, why does it have to be physical in the physical world?
Yeah, this man is clearly very. He's in some sort of like
Mar-a-Lago specifically.
ego psychosis or something.
I have a theory, but I'll let you finish.
This whole time, my sister-in-law is in tears as he just calmly bats off the same points my husband did about how it doesn't count, and he even did the whole "it's impossible to resist, you must surrender or be destroyed" shit.
Okay, that's giving like end of the world apocalypse cult.
It's culty.
Yes.
It's the gay cult. It's not a gaycation.
Is he being blackmailed or something? No, I think this is just okay.
It's fine. Like this.
Yeah, I think
they're not listening. They're clearly not listening to actual gay people.
Yeah. Where are the actual?
Themselves.
I feel like the only ones are like James Charles on that trip, who's actually gay. James Charles goes after straight men all the time, so this would be his best, most ideal vacation. And I feel like actual gay people who aren't predators would never want to do that. Like, let's see if we can get them involved in our aquarium dance.
No,
it's so weird.
Or if because they're pretending it's something it's not. I feel like it's the whole mentality that a lot of conservatives have around the groups that they refuse to understand, because it's like they almost treat them as like they're in a separate reality where they're it's not as complex as you really think it is. Like it's not like that. But in reality, it's like, no, you don't even know what you're talking about at all.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, no, sorry. My sister-in-law is in tears. I seriously think they must be speaking to a dominatrix or something. Because surely neither of them are into this, or to actually make that up on their own. I really don't want to go into what was discussed for her sake, but it did become very apparent to me that the brother-in-law is into sissy hypno porn, and at times conflated that with the concept of the gaycation. So I think they're the ones that have a lot of like internalized homophobia, clearly. The guys.
No, I think she was talking about the sister. No, I thought it was the couple.
This is the brother-in-law talking about what happens on the gaycation.
Oh, but I thought
he's talking about there being a dominatrix and stuff.
Oh, what? An evil woman is the center of it all? Is a dominatrix always a woman?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think
I always just
they say like, are there male doms? I'm sure there are male doms.
No, male doms, but like the whole idea of like the leather and the, well, I guess.
Is it a dominator? Or
that just doesn't seem right to me. Like, it's a patriarchal society. Why would you? Okay, no, I'm not kink shaming.
Consenting adults, of course. But the way that they're talking about it is like in a very like.
Well, I think it's probably like Keith Raniere at the center.
Yeah. Probably.
And they're trying to recruit people. Like, I don't want to go there, but this is just odd.
It's very strange. It's very.
But I agree, and I think that they both could be having some internalized homophobia because they probably have had queer feelings in the past. But I think it could also just be, this is the gateway to all crazy types of sex. But like she said, that they were experimenting. Like, they had a successful, like, kind of kinky. She was like, I'll spare you the details, but we definitely experiment. So then that doesn't make sense. It has to be just about being gay. I don't know.
There we go. Yeah. We were referred to as male dominance. Thank you.
We are referred to as male dominance.
And now we know.
Woo!
Oh, hello. Welcome, human. Welcome on in. We're glad you're here. Thank you for being here for such an unhinged, fun story.
I apologize for my ignorance. I mean, I would never look for that because I like pathetic men. So
I am a pathetic. I am.
No, you're a lesbian.
I'm a yes.
You've got big dyke energy. That's so cool. I love that.
There's more. Sorry, I think we're almost done, guys. There was this utterly surreal moment where my sister-in-law is just trying to wrap her head around this while also in floods of tears, and he explains so genuinely, so matter-of-factly, that for most men, the gaycation is either a one-time or annual thing. But some men go on the gaycation for years, and others simply never return because they use hypnosis and mind control to be totally feminized into a state of permanent pseudo-gayness.
I think this is touching on men wanting to be women. There's a lot of theories that men, because I didn't catch that feminized thing, who are jealous that women can give birth. And like, I don't know if it was Freudian. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Like, just this inherent jealousy. I forget what it's called. Maybe, I'm sure Freud has touched on it or something. But like wanting to, and this isn't trans people, obviously, or like anyone with actual gender fluidity. But I just think this all stems back to the patriarchy and them not wanting to admit that they have queer feelings, and queerness can exist on a spectrum, and also just like encouraging and really diving into the patriarchy.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of cults. That's a lot of weird, and cults can look different.
There's this suspension of disbelief of a reality that you're accepting, but denying at the same time. And it goes on to say, she said, in disbelief, if you're wanting to go on a gaycation because like you really want to, then you're not just looking for a wider life experience. You're probably looking to answer some things about yourself.
It could be about control too, which is why BDSM can be so helpful for people who want to explore that, just like reprocessing memories and trauma. And like, I can't stand when this is done to, and it diminishes like the actual healthy community, kink community, because this is clearly like the involving hypnosis. Do you remember that documentary we watched of the sex cult?
Yeah.
That was so weird.
And
also Nixium, but it was a weird hypnosis thing. I forget what it was called. But they were like, they taught them how to do something to a woman, and it was like 20 minutes or something. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Does anyone know?
Here, hold on. I'm gonna finish. To finish the story.
Okay, sorry.
There were several more insinuations of homophobia, but the marriage is dead too, I suppose. The whole ordeal ended when she said to him that he has a choice to make, and he said no. He doesn't need to make this choice because the beauty of the gaycation is that it allows him to keep his marriage, because it doesn't count. She said, that's not the choice. The choice is whether you're leaving the house that night or I am. The only good thing he did was choose to leave. Me and my sister-in-law spoke about it after that, and I'm just utterly stunned. I understand she's gone to her parents for the support, but what exactly did we do to have our lives destroyed in such an abrupt, bizarre, and embarrassing way?
Yeah.
So that's the story of the gaycation.
Good for her. It's called One Taste.
One Taste.
And it's like called the Orgasm Cult, and its founder is a woman, and the Nicole Day-Dunn and Robert Candell. But the documentary came out in 2022. Yeah, it's like, it was a cult though. It was really weird.
I remember this.
Sexuality can be used,
because it was like
introduced her to orgasmic meditation, and then she made it into urban retreat centers.
It's like injecting. Anytime someone decides to inject capitalism and also ego, it's a mixture of like capitalism and a massive ego power into like some sort of spiritual practice. Then it's just like or some sort of practice that is just fulfilling in a very personal way, like your sex life. Like that shouldn't be something that's stigmatized, but to have this like person that's claiming to be like inclusive being like, I'm gonna do this thing because I'm so open-minded or whatever, but it doesn't actually count because I don't see them as people.
Yes,
and I don't see this part of myself as something that's actually real. It's just something that men do. Like they have to like lessen the I don't know, like the life force, life force that is in like
they have to almost
sexual orientation to even like think of trying to understand it. And then when they try to understand it, it's in like the most surface level gross way.
Like it's not it doesn't even count. It reminds me of that when people are trying to get, I think it all stems back to capitalism, like making money off of it, and then the patriarchy, and like who is benefiting from this and who are you taking advantage of, because this feels like they're taking advantage of a midlife crisis and men who might be on the verge or in a midlife crisis. And midlife crises for men are usually when they feel like they don't have control
and fear
over
of consequence.
And so they like, then you're offered this kind of spiritual thing where it's like it doesn't count and you can explore, and but I don't know. Like, it's like some part of me feels bad for him, but then you have this very down to earth wife who obviously cares about you. Obviously, we don't know her personally, but she obviously cares about him enough to hear him out and just be like, it's not about the fact that you're bi. Like, I think you're bi, and that's cool.
And that's fine.
Yeah. But this is like, I think he just doesn't want to admit something that he's ashamed of.
Yes, because probably, like, I mean, as a man, like, I don't feel this way about myself, but if like, there's so many things that aren't necessarily feminine that we're taught to believe are feminine, and, you know, being attracted to men is one of those things. When it's like, I don't think attraction it's not a gendered thing necessarily. Like
no, I agree, but that's maybe woke thinking.
Maybe I don't know, but it's just like, I
don't really believe in someone being straight completely, because if you're fully in love with someone unconditionally and then they transition, how does that just go away because of body parts or like them identifying as another thing? Like, I just don't think love has like either straight or gay labels, and I think it scares people, and falling into love is very scary, and it takes a lot of bravery and choosing someone as they evolve. So I don't think, like, a lot of these people who say, like, oh, if they transitioned, I wouldn't, you know, love them anymore. I just think they probably have never experienced true love then.
Yeah.
Or like,
well, because I feel like it takes radical self-acceptance to,
yeah.
And if you have that block, depending on if it is
straight fetishism, because I am pan, date women. Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
So, if you were to hear about like a group type situation where, because I feel like it's different if someone is going to the sex worker.
Yeah. Right?
Like, approaching the sex worker, that it's like, within that, if it's like either in contract or just even verbalizing, like, this is the boundaries, this is this, and like, I'm paying you for your service or whatever, it feels way safer than there's this thing called a gaycation, and it's like a spiritual thing, and it's a new thing, but it's a rite of passage.
It like injects an element of like fear, or almost it removes guilt from it. Because there is no event that you can point to in life that you're like, this thing doesn't count. This thing that I'm going to do doesn't count. This birthday party I'm going to doesn't count. This vacation I'm going on doesn't count.
Like cheating. Yeah.
It's just like, it takes a true level of delusion, and I think like self-loathing, sadly, to
I wonder if he would be able to even do
delusion.
It once he gets there. Like, we don't even know if he would follow through with all of it. I don't know. It's just, I definitely feel like midlife crisis type thing, and I just got the vibe that she knows what she's talking about. I think she would know if there was any trauma that he had, or like told to her. Mask for mask culture in the gay community, which I personally find to be toxic.
Yeah.
Well, and when I say patriarchy, we live in a patriarchy. That's also, it's a Puritan, anti-sex work, anti-sex, and that all obviously intersects with queerness. And I mean, we've both experienced some pretty dark shit with, like, mask and men within the queer community. Like, not to say that women can't be predators as well, but it's just very interesting.
It is really interesting, and I find it also interesting that he kept saying the word, like, submit to the gaycation, like surrender to the gaycation.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like, there's obviously a lack.
Weird.
There's a lack of surrendering himself to life. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The cognitive dissonance is so, it's like screaming. It's like, how can you say surrender to the gaycation but not surrender to logic?
It reminds me of how my mom said, you're not bisexual, you just are missing the attention from men. And like,
it's a projection.
I know. I'm like, you are clearly closeted. you are clearly closeted, because what are you even talking about? Like, but I related to that, like the hall passes and it doesn't count. And that's what I told myself when I would like make out and hook up with women at bars. I'm like, it doesn't count. Maybe I'm just doing it to get the attention from a man because that's what my mom told me. And like, this is just pretend and I'm just having fun. And I mean, maybe I have the benefit of neuroplasticity and being younger and like it being a more accepting society for queer people, but it was really fucking hard to escape that. Yeah. But I can't imagine like going to you and being like, I need to go on a lesbification. A
lescation. Let's go on the lescation.
Surrender and accept it on my terms. It's also just not healthy couple.
Right. I would also be like, I'm coming too.
There's no compromise. Yeah, there's no compromise. There's no, it's like, you are gonna let me do this or else.
Yeah.
Like, or you don't love me, and I you can't go to your partner with that.
Yeah.
Like that, we would be very shocked. Like, not even take the sexual part of it like out of the equation. If I just went to you and I was like, I need to go to Thailand, and I'm not gonna question. You don't get to question me on the dates where I go. You'd be like, what the fuck? Because we're in a marriage. We're in a marriage. Like, you can't, once you like, not even just if you're in a partnership and you love someone, it doesn't have to be specifically marriage.
Imagine if like we were taught from childhood to just like that's okay to just like be honest about like intentions and stuff. Like it this crisis about a gaycation wouldn't have to happen, or a crisis about going to Thailand wouldn't happen if it was just acceptable. Like as Umbreon says, like if we had like better understanding of sexuality and it was like less stigmatized, because the gaycation wouldn't even need to exist. It would just be a vacation with some planned activities.
Yeah, I think Human said a really interesting thing of like the idea it's probably just a regular like kind of get together of gays who are into straight fetishism. But it was being taken too seriously. And so that makes me laugh really hard at the idea of him like packing up a briefcase and like going to Ibiza and thinking it's gonna be this cult like spiritual experience. And they're just like, oh no, wait, you're not cool. Like you're not,
surrender to the gaycation or be destroyed.
Gaycation.
That's what they meant, but by be destroyed. You're just gonna show up and be disappointed.
Oh my god, that was so good. Thank you.
Of course.
Everyone give Caleb a round of applause.
Thank you.
Why won't they listen to Fallout New Vegas? Where in Fallout New Vegas, you are, if you're gay, you get benefits. It's literally a superpower.
That's amazing.